Oh! I thought that was a word, but it wasn't. Here are all the things that I am planning to plant. We have leeks and spinach and some lettuce. This amazing lavender. The basil inside of these file cabinet planters, y'all, it just did so amazing all summer long and all spring. It just really grew really fantastically. I am going to, like someone suggested, overwinter these peppers. I'm going to overwinter a couple pepper plants and see how that goes. I did do some research as to like how to overwinter, and so I'm definitely going to include that in a video when I do it. I'm so surprised these peppers literally have so many flowers still. They're just trying to grow still. And I love that. This is actually two peppers next to each other, a spicy pepper and a bell pepper. So these broccoli were my leggy starts, and they lived, they survived. That lets me know that I can plant leggy things and they survived. Some of them survived. So 4 of them up here, I planted 7 altogether. 4 of them survived. This is still teeny tiny, but I'm just gonna leave it, you know, and just see what happens. I'm looking forward to planting some other things up here with this broccoli. I am planning to take out these watermelon plants. I've just left them so far because although they didn't produce watermelon, they were they were just so green and would pop up those pretty yellow flowers, and so, you know, it just became ornamental to me. But I am trying to think about what I could plant here. I would really like to do a cover crop in this area and just keep thinking about what it is good for. I know it's good for something. It may not be great for watermelon, but it's definitely good for something. But this, our blackberry vine right here, these are our white blackberries, and they are growing and looking very beautiful. Hey you guys, so it is the same day. My child is okay. They're just having a blast, having the time of their life. We just had a nice downpour, and so I was thinking it was the perfect time for me to come out and go ahead and plant these things. Now, these things are exciting. Like, we purchased these things at the HOA, and we were so excited to see that someone had starts that were actually in season, because believe it or not, we have come across starts from our farm store that were actually not for the fall season at all. We don't know why they did that or where they came from. Are you okay, Shiloh? Is your shoestring stuck in the wheel? It's stuck inside. See, that's why you have to tie your shoes, sweetie. You can't ride a bike with untied shoes. Yeah. Are you okay?
I wanted to turn this way because I didn't want to fall in the concrete.
Yeah, I understand. Are you okay?
Yes, ma'am. Okay. I tried doing this.
Okay, so like I mentioned, I am going to go ahead and remove these 2 pepper plants as well as some of the pepper plants that is in the garden, and use this space to plant some things. We do have some really cute snackable peppers on this plant that actually survived. That's really great. Okay, so now that I have the peppers removed, I'm gonna go ahead and amend this area and add some feather meal and some bone meal. Before I plant them, I'm gonna go ahead and add some of this fish fertilizer to the soil. So I just added a couple tablespoons to this watering can, and I'm gonna fill it up. It is about a gallon, so. So now the ground is, it's not really the ground, but the soil is good and ready for me to plant these things. And I can feel confident to know that I amended the soil to give these the best chance that they can have to grow healthy. These little spinach plants are so cute. So from what I read, spinach likes a well-draining soil and a little sandy. And so I'm hoping they're going to be really happy up here because this bed up here is actually really sandy. I did not put all of the soil that you see here. It already had some. Whenever we decided to plant up here, I just amended the soil and added like a couple bags of soil. And so underneath, pretty deep, it's very sandy. And so that the hope is that it will enjoy being here. Okay, so I just transplanted 23 spinach plants, and now I'm going to put a couple lettuces up here as well. Okay, so now that there is daylight, it's a lot easier to see this area and what was planted. It's all the spinach looking nice. So I still have 3 of these butter crunch lettuces to plant, 3 of these like red salad bowl lettuces to plant, and a whole lot of spinach. These basil trees are literally so crazy and thick. It's like you can't even snip them. But I wanted to leave like the root system in there, you know, for all the things. But it was like, what I did is I just tried to cut it and then flipped it upside down so that the sticks was going downward. That's what I'm doing right now too. I'm like, that's wild. Who even knew that we was growing trees, like basil trees? Like, that is wild. Oh, that's so cool. It's so satisfying to pull these little starts out of this container. So I'm about to work on this. It's called a starter bunch of leeks. I want to separate them so I can plant them. So I was doing some research and it seemed like it's better to kind of loosen them up with some water. So that's what I'm going to do, so that it seems like it's about 6 in one container. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some water in a bucket and put the leeks in there so that we can get them nice and separated without disturbing the roots too much. Okay, so this is definitely not what I was expecting. After rinsing that off, there's still, these leeks are still very much so all bound together. Hence the term root bound. But none of them are like coming apart. And so I'm going to have to, I think, just do it in 2 sections, which was not what I was thinking at all. But they're so tied up together. If I try to take this apart, it's just gonna snap. So I guess these 2 bunches will be experimental leeks. I am still going to be planting some leek seeds, so I guess I can see how this works and then also plant some seeds. Okay, so after much thought, I'm just going to have to plant this like this. I just don't want to break the roots off, and so I'm going to place one at the end of this planter and one at the other end of the planter. I'm going to be placing this right at the end of this other bed. And so I'm just going to make the hole as deep as I can make it and stick that in there. Tighten that up. This one's not as perky as the other one. Okay, so I realized that I actually did have some extra space up here, that strawberries were here. Strawberries are over there too as well, but this area of strawberries did not live. And so I just amended the soil, since I'm not going to be putting any extra soil that has fertilizer in it. I went ahead and amended the soil with some organic fertilizer. I used some bone meal as well as some feather meal. And so I'm just going to get this ready and plant some romaine lettuce right here. I always knew that I wanted to plant lettuce right out here, right outside the front door. I just felt like that would be the coolest thing, to walk outside and harvest lettuce. And it's so beautiful. Gonna really get in there. And these are nice and moist. Here a spinach, there spinach. Everywhere spinach, spinach. When I first started, you couldn't tell me that I was going to be out here just getting my hands all up in the business. I would have been like, where's my gloves? Or at least my one glove. My digging hand glove. Now I am out here mixing up the soil, fertilizing the soil, and enjoying every part of it. Getting the ground ready. It's been such a great learning experience. And now I understand the importance. Oh! I thought that was a word, but it wasn't. Now I understand the importance of getting the ground ready to to plant. It's really important. If you're thinking about starting a garden, definitely do it. Still have so much spinach to plant, which excites me because I'm very excited about it. So don't get me wrong. Gonna go around and see where else I can plant some spinach. So that was so much spinach that you just watched me plant. If you made it all the way to the end, you watched your girl plant a lot of spinach. I appreciate you so much. I just went around and just popped these in wherever I could literally get them and fit them in. I'm excited to see them grow. I'm excited to see a full green garden. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.